Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, Lok Sabha polls, US elections, India's growing stature globally, the historic T20 World Cup victory, Paris Olympics, and much more. 2024 had so much to offer, and so did DD News and DD India. And here I am taking you through the best of 2024 one last time with the top news, newsmakers, and how we got the pulse of all the events to you with our authentic coverage. I am Ravi P. Sharma, bringing you the top news of 2024. The year started with festivities across the country as Ram Lala finally came back to Ayodhya after a long wait.
Makhoda Dham is the very origin of Lord Ram, and any story which is related to epic Ramayana, any story which emanates from epic Ramayana is incomplete without the mention of Makhoda Dham. Retracing the civilizational footprints and also narrating the story of Ayodhya, Makhoda Dham holds the most highest significance because this is the very place from which it all started.
Representatives of all major spiritual and religious sects of the country and people from all walks of life gathered to witness the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of Shri Ram Lala in the newly built Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir in Ayodhya on January 22, 2024, with PM Narendra Modi leading the proceedings. DD reporters were there to get ground report for you.
आज हमारे राम आ गए।
DD was there at ground zero to get you every minute detail. If our team brought you every beat from the historic Pran Pratishtha ceremony in Ayodhya, we also made sure that you don't miss out on anything from the inauguration of the first Hindu temple in Abu Dhabi. PM Modi inaugurated the Bab's temple in Abu Dhabi on February 14, 2024, and it marked a new chapter in the India-UAE ties. Both sides noted that the Bab's temple is a celebration of India-UAE friendship, deep-rooted cultural bonds uniting the two nations, and also an embodiment of the UAE's global commitment to harmony, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence. Moving on to the biggest festival of democracy, the Lok Sabha Elections 2024, and here was a coverage which was comprehensive right from the word go. DD was there at ground zero to get you every minute detail.
Let's go across to Yogesh Sheetal. He's joining us from Baramati, if I'm not mistaken, in Maharashtra. Well, Yogesh, put it into context for us. This is also a very politically sensitive seat with the Pawars fighting against each other there. But apart from that, tell us a little bit about the polling today and what's on the voters' mind.
You are right, Mark. See, in Maharashtra, if you see the trends, then voter turnout has not been very, impressive this time. But yes, we have just visited all the villages basically. Just, in the last couple of hours, we are just visiting different polling booths. And this is one of the polling booths, a very small village in Baramati Taluka, Baramati block.
Held in 7 phases, which lasted 44 days, we brought you the most authentic coverage of the world's largest electoral exercise. PM Modi returned to office for a third consecutive term, with the NDA again forming the government in the centre.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
The BJP-led NDA secured absolute majority yet again in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections by winning 292 seats, with the Bharatiya Janata Party emerging as the single largest party with 240 seats. Later in June this year came a moment that brought the entire country together in joy and celebration as the Indian cricket team ended a 13-year drought for an ICC trophy. In the dramatic final against South Africa that swung both ways, the men in blue held on to their nerves and got a huge monkey off their back as India lifted the 2024 T20 World Cup trophy in the Caribbean on June 29. With 30 needed of 30, the Proteas pretty much had the match in their control, but Team India fought back, and how? Jasprit Bumrah's two magical overs at the death, a Surya Kumar Yadav blinder on the boundary to dismiss David Miller, and Hardik Pandya's calm demeanour to get rid of the ever-so-threatening Henrik Klaasen and Miller gave India their second T20 World Cup title. And as India went on about their business at the mega event, so did Didi, bringing you all the action and hype from the West Indies and the United States.
As usual, India gonna lose it, but no. Mr. Pandya, our Gucci boy, make it. Yes!
I thought at some point that maybe Bumrah should have come a day over early. But I was getting nervous, but I had faith. Believe in India.
Bumrah, you made the game. You made it. You changed it for us. Thank you.
Every time I was sitting down, someone was getting out. So my friends told me don't get up at all. I was glued to my seat and I only got up every time there was a catch or a wicket. Fantastic match. Loved it.
That catch was amazing. I think it was a turning point for me.
I was saying we are West Indian and we were supporting India for this match, my son and I.
From cricket to the world of Olympics, our sports coverage continued to amp up with news and analysis from the 2024 Paris Games, with Indian athletes making the country proud yet again.
This is the Olympic cauldron. The hot air balloon and its cauldron were unveiled to mark the start of the Paris Olympics. The Olympic cauldron has been a part of the Games for a long time. But this time, it's different. Usually, the cauldron used to be a big fixture on the ground near the main stadium.
India might have headed home with 6 medals from Paris, but the future of India at the Olympics looks promising. India had as many as 6 fourth-place finishes at the Paris Olympics, the most in a single edition of the Games for the country. The highlight from the Paris Games for Neeraj Chopra's silver in javelin throw, India's consecutive bronze medal in men's hockey, and Manu Bhakar's 2 bronze medals in shooting. The talented shooter also became the first Indian to win 2 medals in a single edition of Olympic Games. DD reporters were there to get ground report for you. From the world of sports to international affairs now, India's stature continued to grow this year as well under the leadership of PM Modi. Testimony to the fact are the awards and honours bestowed on PM Modi this year. It was a year filled with several international awards and honours for the Prime Minister. He was conferred with the Order of the Druk Gyalpo, Bhutan's highest civilian decoration, and Order of St. Andrew the Apostle, the highest civilian honour of Russia, in the early half of the year. PM Modi was conferred with the National Award of Nigeria, Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, during his visit to the country.
ये सम्मान केवल मेरा नहीं, बल्कि भारत के 140 करोड़ लोगों का, उनके पुरुषार्थ का, उनके संस्कार का, उनकी परंपरा का ये सम्मान है.
On his visit to the Caribbean, PM Modi was honoured with Dominica's highest national award, Dominica Award of Honour, and the Order of Excellence, which is the highest national award of Guyana. PM Modi was also conferred with the highest national award of Kuwait, the Order of Mubarak Al-Kabir. Another major highlight of the year were PM Modi's foreign visits, which further strengthened India's ties with different countries as India's ascendancy continued at the global high table.
कैरिबियन की गार्डन सिटी जॉर्ज टाउन में हमारे भव्य स्वागत के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति इरफान अली और उनकी पूरी टीम का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। 56 वर्षों के बाद किसी भारतीय प्रधानमंत्री का गयाना की यात्रा पर आना हमारे संबंधों में एक महत्वपूर्ण माइलस्टोन है।
As Indian diplomacy reached an all-time high, we made sure that you never missed a beat. From visits to UAE, Qatar, Austria, Poland, among others, PM Modi also participated in international summits like the G7 Summit, BRICS Summit, India-Russia Annual Summit, ASEAN-India Summit, Quad Summit, G20 Summit, and the India CARICOM Summit. And our team was in the thick of things on every PM visit.
भारत ने सदैव कैरिकॉम के साथ मिलकर साझा चुनौतियों से निपटने का प्रयास किया है। कोविड हो या नेचुरल डिजास्टर्स, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग हो या विकास के कार्य, भारत एक विश्वसनीय पार्टनर के रूप में आप सभी के साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर आगे बढ़ा है।
While PM Modi held multiple bilateral dialogues and participated in the outreach session on artificial intelligence and energy, Africa and the Mediterranean at the G7 Summit, relationships were further strengthened in the 22nd India-Russia Annual Summit between PM Modi and President Vladimir Putin. A key highlight at the Quad Summit was the Cancer Moonshot event.
भारत का विजन है वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ। इसी भावना से मैं क्वाड मूनशॉट इनिशिएटिव के तहत $7.5 मिलियन के सैपलिंग किट्स, डिटेक्शन किट्स और वैक्सीन का सहयोग देने की घोषणा करता हूं।
During the visit to the United States of America, PM Modi also addressed the Summit of Future at UN. At conclusion of this visit, US returned 297 antiques to India. The state visit to Laos PDR saw the Prime Minister attending the 21st ASEAN-India Summit and the 19th East Asia Summit. The visit was also enriched with shared cultural ties and Lao Ramayan performance. Later in the year, PM Modi again travelled to Russia for the 16th BRICS Summit, where Kazan Declaration on strengthening multilateralism for just global development and security was signed.
Маний प्रधानमंत्री जी,
у нас такие отношения, что я считал, что вы и так все понимаете.
हमारे इतने रिश्ते हैं कि मुझे ऐसा लगा कि आपको कोई अनुवाद नहीं चाहिए।
PM Modi's visit to Brazil for the G20 summit saw a key development from the sidelines with the relaunching of UK-India FTA negotiations. Other than this, PM Modi paid a state visit to Ukraine, where India gifted Bhishma cubes to Ukraine. This was the first ever visit of an Indian Prime Minister to the country. The Prime Minister also visited Bhutan, Brunei Darussalam, Singapore, the Caribbean and Kuwait. DD reporters were there to get ground report for you. President Draupadi Murmu's three-nation visit to Algeria, Mauritania and Malawi was also an important event of the year. President Murmu undertook the visit between October 13 and 19, and it was a very significant event. The three-nation visit by the President happened exactly a year after the African Union was made a permanent member of G20 group during India's presidency.
मुझे ये जानकर भी प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि भारत के बिजनेस कम्युनिटी का एक व्यापार प्रतिनिधि मंडल भी मलावी के दौर पे आए हैं और मैं आशा करती हूँ कि वे हमारे व्यापार और आर्थिक संबंधों में विस्तार करेंगे। हमारे सहयोग के मुख्य स्तंभ डेवलपमेंट पार्टनरशिप, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, व्यापार और आर्थिक सहयोग, रक्षा, सुरक्षा और लोगों से लोगों का संपर्क।
During the visit to these countries, the President held bilateral meetings with the state heads and also interacted with key trade and industry leaders and the Indian diaspora.
Malawi is one of the few countries in the African continent which does not have a history of conflict or a war. In fact, it is one of the most stable and safest nations for investors. While India and Malawi are already trading partners, President Draupadi Murmu's visit to Malawi is only going to add strength to this economic relationship between the two countries.
2024 also marked the historic comeback of the former Republican President Donald Trump to power.
We're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Traveling the length and breadth of the United States, our team delivered in-depth coverage and expert analysis of the fiercely competed US elections.
With the election day just 2 weeks away, the latest poll done by Reuters suggests that Kamala Harris may have a 3-point lead over Donald Trump. Democrats to Republicans, 45 to 42 percentage points. While that may be good news for Kamala, because if she indeed is able to maintain that lead, it clearly means a win for her. But don't count Donald Trump out yet, because it's not about the number of votes polled here in the United States. It's not a first past the post system. It is actually a winner takes it all system. As in where I am in Texas, the state has 40 seats. If either party takes 21, all 40 go that party's way.
Assassination attempts, criminal convictions, and a change in political opponent weren't enough to stop Republican Donald Trump from returning to the White House for a second term.
I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body. God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country.
As Trump edged out Democrat Kamala Harris for the presidential post, we reported from ground zero. The last news on the list isn't a positive one for the planet, unfortunately, as 2024 became the hottest year since the records began. If 2023 was hot, 2024 turned out to be hotter. Data from January to November had confirmed that 2024 is now certain to be the hottest year on record, and the first in which average global temperatures exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius. Well, that's what the best of 2024 looked like. As we bid farewell to this year, we stay committed to delivering authentic and impactful coverage of news from around the world. Do stay with us next year as well. It's a wrap for now. Goodbye.